Hey everyone, Kait here. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today's class is for beginners and is all about flexibility. Our class today is brought to you by YOGABODY. We've got our amazing Wonder Wheel right here. So we don't actually need any equipment for today's class, but I do want to show you how we can use our Wonder Wheel to deepen our back bends and to improve our balance and core stability. So this is a jumbo Wonder Wheel with a 15-inch diameter. It comes with a free DVD and a pose chart. This Wonder Wheel is an excellent addition to anyone's yoga practice. It can really help to deepen your flexibility, to add some new creative moves to your practice, and it's just a lot of fun to work with. All right, so let's go ahead and get started seated on our mat. Give yourself a moment. Make sure both of your sitting bones are attached to the ground. Pull that low belly up and in. Take a big inhale, lift your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, slide them down the back. Take a big deep inhale, gather your hands over your head. As you exhale, drop your right hand down. Reach up a little bit higher through that left hand and take a great big stretch over to the right. Now, what happened in that left hip? Did it pull away from the mat? Can you sink it down and grow just a bit longer through the left side of your body? Take a big deep inhale. Exhale, slowly scoop the belly, reach yourself all the way back up. Just as we did on the opposite side, set your left hand down, grow longer through the right side, and then take that stretch over to the left. Again, take a moment, really think about that lateral side of your body. Find that great big stretch there, and then slowly pull yourself all the way back up. Take a big inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, sweep your hands up high. Exhale, twist to the left. Reach your hands up high once more. Exhale, bring them down. Go ahead and find your tabletop position. Take a moment, find a little cat and cow. And it doesn't have to be your traditional cat and cow. We can circle the head and the tail a little bit. We're just getting a little mobility throughout our entire body. But eventually, let's slow ourselves down. Fan your fingertips a bit wider. Take a moment. Take a moment, flex the toes, reach your tail up, find a great big downward dog. And know you can absolutely move around as you come to your first downward dog of class. Remember, it's always more important to focus on our upper body. If we need to, bend the knees so you can find that lovely long spine. If it feels good for you, maybe extend those legs nice and long. And let's all take an inhale, lift up through your toes, lift those hips up even higher. As you exhale, gently set the heels down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, flex the feet. And now as you do this, we should feel a nice big stretch through the back of our body. This time, lift the hips up, stay for a moment, and as you exhale, drop your heels over to the right corner of the mat. You should feel a nice big stretch through your IT band, through the backs of both legs. Big inhale, lift the heels up, bring them to the center of your mat again. Exhale, drop them down to the left. Give yourself a moment, enjoy that stretch here. And as you feel ready, slowly return to center. Now from here, I want you to take a great big inhale, roll forward to the top of your plank. A moment here, drop the knees, realign the spine, lower all the way down to the ground. Untuck the toes, press the tops of the feet into your mat. Inhale for a baby cobra. Exhale, relax down. Inhale, baby cobra, roll the shoulders, puff the heart and chest up. Exhale, melt down. One last time, just like that. And yogi's choice how you arrive in your downward dog. You can come up through a tabletop, you can go through your plank, or maybe even through a child's pose, but either way, let's go ahead and find our downward dog again. And from here, take a moment, and as you inhale, I want you to sweep your right leg up to the sky. Now, I know you want to hike that leg up as high as you can, but right now, let's focus on lifting the heel up, the toes down, and keeping the hips square. Take a big, deep, full breath in here. Nice big sigh out the mouth. One more big breath in. Exhale, set that foot down. Now, just like we did on the first side, inhale, sweep your left leg up to the sky. Make sure you're pressing down evenly through both the hands and your right foot. Grow a little longer through the back of the left leg, again, concentrating on keeping the heel extending as far away from your tail as you can. Big inhale, big sigh out, big breath in. Set that foot down. Now go ahead, sweep your right leg up to the sky again. This time bend the knee, open out the hip. If it feels nice to circle the leg a little bit, go right ahead. We're just starting to get some mobility into those hips so we can find a nice deep stretch later. But start to find that nice big hip opener here. And then as you feel ready, re-square the hips, extend the leg nice and long. Exhale to set that foot down. Inhale, sweep your right leg. Again, bend the knee, open up that hip. If you prefer to be still on this side, you absolutely can. Or maybe find a little bit of that circular motion we just did. And then as you feel ready, realign the hips, extend the leg forward, set it back down. Now take a big inhale, reach your right foot up to the sky. As you exhale, draw it forward, set the foot down. Now give yourself a moment here in our nice low crescent lunge. Take a moment, really enjoy that big stretch through the back of the leg. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, gently set your back knee down, untuck the toe. I like to press down through the top of my foot to take some of that pressure off of my left knee. And now do make sure your knee is in line with your toes. We do not want to let it fall out to the side. But enjoy this nice little Anjaneyasana here. Press down through the palm of your left hand. Take an inhale, reach your right hand up to the sky. Now make sure you're stacking shoulder over shoulder, reaching that hand up. Give yourself a big breath in. Exhale, set that hand down. Go ahead and walk your hands a little closer to your hips. Hinge at the hips, start to straighten your legs, and you can walk your toe a little further out as we find our half monkey. And now this doesn't have to be the deepest half monkey we've ever done. It's the start of class still. But find that nice long line through the back of the leg. And as much as we can, we want our spine to be nice and straight, so we don't want to curl over our leg at first. You can walk your hands a little closer, lift yourself up here, keep flexing that toe. Take a great big breath here. Exhale, re-bend that knee. Our Anjaneyasana will be a little bit deeper if you move that foot out, which is absolutely fine. Tuck the toe, lift the knee, step back to your downward facing dog. Let yourself settle. As you feel ready, sweep your left foot up to the sky, step it forward. Again, keep the back knee lifted, give yourself a moment. Think of one long line from the top of your head, through your hips, out your heels. Take a great big breath in. Exhale, gently set that knee in. Give yourself a moment. And then as you feel ready, plant down through your right hand. Inhale to peel your left hand up to the sky. And just let yourself settle here. Again, make sure your knee is in line with your toes. And when you feel ready, set that hand down. Walk them a little further back and find your half monkey on this side. Again, if you want to wiggle your toes forward so you can make a little more room, you absolutely can. Ideally, we want our hips nice and even. And if we have our yoga wheel, this is an excellent pose to work on some extended flexibility if we have that wheel handy. But keep your spine as long as you can. Take a great big breath. Exhale, re-bend that knee, set your hands down, and step back to your downward facing dog. Now let yourself settle here for a minute. Start to notice, does the back of your legs feel a little different from when we first arrived in our downward facing dog? Hopefully we have a little more length there. We feel a little bit more support through our body. I want you to take a big inhale, look up to the top of your mat. As you exhale, keep the hips lifted. Slowly walk the toes forward until you find your forward fold. Let your head be heavy. Let the top of the head fall down to the ground. You can absolutely put a bend in the knee if you need to. You will feel more of a stretch to the back of the legs if you keep lifting your sitting bones up and letting that head melt down to the ground. Now from here, take a big inhale for your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Hands can come to your shins or to the tops of your thighs, or they can stay down on the ground. It's up to you. Exhale, release. One more time, half lift. Go ahead and stay for a moment. Pull that belly button in. Reach the top of your head forward. Really plant down through your legs so you can feel that big, deep stretch to the back of your legs. Exhale, melt. Slightly bend the knees. Inhale, stand up nice and tall. Reach your hands over your head. Exhale, draw them down to your heart center. Press your palms together. Stand a little taller, a little straighter. And go ahead and bring your big toes to touch, small space between the heels. As you feel ready, inhale, find a chair pose. Now pull that belly button up and in. Drop your sitting bones down. Look down to your toes. Can you see them? If not, rock your weight slightly into your heels. Grow a little longer through both sides of the body. Take a great big breath in. Exhale, go ahead and dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, find your half lift. Exhale, step back to the top of your plank. Now, yogi's choice here. If you are ready for up dog, go ahead and take it. If you would prefer to do another little swan, that is absolutely fine. And then eventually press yourself all the way back to your downward facing dog. Now take a deep inhale, reach your right foot up to the sky. As you exhale, step forward to your warrior one. Take a moment, gather your hands over your head. Seal the pinky edge of your toe down to the ground. Grow a little taller through both sides of the body. Take a breath. Exhale, plant the hands down. Choose your path to downward facing dog. If you'd, again, like an up dog, that's fine. If you'd like another round of cobra, that is more than welcome to you. And then go ahead, reach your left foot up to the sky. Step forward, find your warrior one on this side. Let yourself arrive. And then once more, choose your vinyasa, your path to downward facing dog. And we'll arrive in our downward facing dog and we'll stay here for a moment. See if you can lift your heels up once more. Keep your hips as high as they can as you exhale and set the heels down. Give yourself a great big inhale. Full sigh out. Now sweep your right foot up to the sky and step forward, keeping the back knee lifted. Start to hover your fingertips up away from the ground, and as you're ready, reach both hands up nice and high. Now make sure your shoulders are right over your hips. Your fingers are reaching as high as they can right over your shoulders. And let's stay here in our nice high crescent lunge, getting that great big stretch to the back of your body. And if we have our yoga wheel handy, it is an excellent addition to your high crescent. Here you can bring it back behind your leg and take an extra stretch. As you exhale, go ahead and take a twist. Reach your right hand back, left hand forward. Inhale, gather both hands high. Exhale, find your warrior two. So realign the feet for a moment. Press down deeply through your front and back foot and think of drawing them together, finding that lift between your inner thighs. Take a big, deep inhale here. Great big sigh out the mouth. Flip your front palm up to the sky. As you exhale, reverse your warrior. Stay just for a moment, just for a breath. And then let's cartwheel our arms all the way down. Pivot your toes to the left side of the mat and drop your head down towards the ground in our wide leg forward fold. Now again, let your head be heavy. Let the back of your neck be soft. Take an inhale, lift the top of your head forward, pull that low belly up and in. Exhale, set yourself down. Now go ahead and turn your right toe slightly towards the corner of the mat. Bend your knee, and then go ahead and sink yourself down into your Skandasana. Now, if you need to keep this heel lifted, that's fine. If you can set it on the ground, that's perfectly fine. Hands can rest on our mat, or we can lift up just a little bit. We're gonna get a great big stretch to the back of the leg. And now you can use your right elbow to kind of help keep that left knee pointed out in line with your toes. Give yourself a nice big breath in, big sigh out, and then press your hands down. Lift yourself back up into your wide leg forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, melt. Inhale, half lift. Now look to the top of your mat, go ahead and pivot your toes forward and step back to your downward facing dog. Let yourself settle right here. Feel free to move about your mat a little if you need to. And when you're ready, we'll do that on our opposite side. We'll lift our left foot up to the sky. You'll step forward, keeping that back knee lifted, slowly coming up to our high crescent lunge. Reach your hands up. Give yourself a moment to arrive here. Keep lifting that low belly up and in. Exhale, twist, right hand forward, left hand back. Now keep squaring your hips forward, pulling your left hip back so it stays in line with the right. Inhale, reach both hands high. Exhale, find your warrior two on this side. Take a moment, realign the feet if you need to. Your front heel is in line with your back arch. Flip your front palm up. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Slowly cartwheel the arms down. Go ahead and find a nice wide leg forward fold. Big inhale, half lift. Exhale, release down. Now pivot your left toe to the corner of the mat. Walk your hips down. Find that skandasana on this side. So remember, one foot is flexed, toe up to the sky, heel down to the ground. And we can lift up onto our toe if we need to, or keep that foot down. But either way, go ahead as much as you can. Keep the top of your head lifting up to the sky. Enjoy that nice big stretch here. And as you're ready, plant both hands down. Slowly bring yourself back up to your nice wide leg forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, pivot your toes forward and step yourself back to your downward facing dog. Now, hopefully the back of our legs are nice and turned on. Our hips are starting to wake up. From here, I want you to sweep your right leg up to the sky. And when you're ready, step that right foot on the outside edge of your right hand. And we're coming to our lizard pose here. Now, I like to think of squeezing my right knee in towards my right shoulder and pressing my right shoulder back into that knee to give me a little bit of extra support. Give yourself a great big inhale here. As you exhale, drop that back knee down, untuck the toe. Again, you can press into the top of your foot to give you a little extra release there from your knee. And this lizard pose can be nice and deep, and you're more than welcome to stay just right here. This is a nice, big hip opener stretch. If we'd like to, we can set our forearms down onto the ground to take it a little deeper. And just give yourself a moment. Great big breath in, big sigh out. Hopefully we're still breathing and we haven't forgotten about that. And as much as you can, just breathe into the pose. Let yourself settle. Let your hips start to open up a bit more. And then eventually let's walk our hands back, lift your chest up. Give yourself a moment here. When you're ready, pick up that knee, step yourself back. Go ahead and sweep your left leg up to the sky. We'll take our lizard on the opposite side. So step the left foot forward. Again, hug the knee into the arm. Press the arm back into the knee. Find a long line through the back of the body. Big, deep inhale. Exhale, set your back knee down. Untuck the toes. Let yourself settle here. The more that we can just breathe and allow ourselves to enjoy the position, hopefully the bigger of a stretch we'll start to feel. And then again, if you'd like to take it deeper and drop your forearms down to the mat, go right ahead, but do make sure that knee is not knocking out to the side or caving inward. We want to keep it in line with our toes. So give yourself just a little time here. And then as you feel, even from the other side, you can start to walk yourself up. Tuck that back toe, return to your downward facing dog. Give yourself a moment, really reach your tail up to the sky. Maybe start to press your heart a little bit forward, only as much as you can while still keeping your shoulders sliding down the back. Take a great big inhale, reach your right foot up to the sky. Now as you exhale, step that foot forward between your hands, just like we did at the start of our class. Drop that back knee down. Go ahead and find your Anjaneyasana, our nice low lunge here. Hopefully we're feeling a little more open. It's a little bit deeper. And as you exhale, once again, let's come to our half monkey. And this time, let's walk those toes a little bit further forward. Flex your feet. And maybe even come up onto your knee or up onto your left knee for a moment. Pull your low belly up and in. See if you can sweep your hands up nice and high. Now I want you to reach a little longer through both sides of your body. As you exhale, hinge from the hips. Find a nice little hinge here. Hopefully that's deepening the stretch to the back of the leg. Take a big inhale. Pretend someone is grabbing your hands. Exhale, deepen that hinge. One last time, big breath in. Now exhale, go ahead and forward fold over your leg. Now remember, it's not about how close your head is coming to your knee. It's about rounding through the spine, letting your head be heavy and slowly softening your chest closer to your leg. Take a great big breath in here. Big sigh out. And from here, let's slowly rebend that front knee and return to your downward facing dog. Give yourself a moment to arrive here. When you feel ready, sweep your left leg high. Step forward. Take a moment to arrive in your Anjaneyasana. As you feel ready, drop that back knee down to the ground. Give yourself a moment here, and we'll slowly find that half monkey on this opposite side. So hinge at the hips, wiggle the toes wherever you need to, flex the foot, and then bring yourself upright. Now do make sure your hips are even. We're not letting that left hip kind of jet forward. They're tracking in line with one another. Sweep your hands up nice and high. Grow longer through the back of your body. Exhale, hinge. Big inhale. Exhale, deepen that hinge. One last breath. Exhale, forward fold over the leg. And hopefully our breath is still nice and smooth here, even though this is a pretty extensive stretch. A nice big pose. But keep that breath nice and smooth, nice and even. And we can let ourselves settle into the pose just a bit more. From here, as you feel even, go ahead and rebend that front knee. Step yourself all the way back to your downward facing dog. Give yourself a moment, and as we feel ready, hopefully our hips are feeling nice and open, we'll lift our right foot up to the sky and step forward, coming to our pigeon. We have a couple of options for pigeon. Ideally, we're trying to bring our shin in line with the top of our mat. We want it parallel. That's not always open, or that's not always an option for everyone's hips. So you absolutely can draw your heel towards your opposite hip. But take a moment, see if you can sit upright. Again, this is a great place to use that yoga wheel if we have it. It can give you a nice amount of support in front of you. But if we can here, pull that belly up and in just like you would if you were standing. Reach the top of your head up nice and high, and then maybe begin to walk your hands forward. And like we did in our lizard pose, you can bring your forearms down to the ground, grow a little longer through the top of your head. Take a full deep breath in here. Exhale, you can continue to walk the hands out, maybe letting your forehead rest on the mat. Always know if you can't get as deep in your stretch as you'd like to. That's absolutely fine. We'll just listen to what your body needs. And then slowly from here, let's walk our hands back towards our hips. Tuck that toe, return to your downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your left foot high, and we'll find our pigeon on this side. And remember, both sides of your hips can be really different. So maybe this side, you need to angle that ankle even more, or possibly you can bring your foot parallel with the ground, but it's fine either way. But just as we did on the first side, sit up tall and straight, scoop that low belly up and in, reach your head up nice and high, take a great big breath. Exhale, bring your forearms down to the mat. If this is as far as you want to go right now, perfectly fine. But if you'd like to take it a little bit deeper, maybe reach those hands out, slowly let yourself melt onto the mat, and just enjoy this nice hip opening pose. And there's absolutely no hurry. You can always stay longer if you need to, but when you feel even from the other side, walk your hands in, tuck that toe, return to your downward facing dog. Take a great big breath in. Great big sigh out. Set your knees down, sink into a nice child's pose. Knees can be together or apart. And then roll yourself up to a nice big seat, and let's bring our feet out in front of us. So go ahead and extend your legs long, sit up nice and tall. We can have a little bend in the knee if we need to. I'd rather work on making sure both sitting bones are attached to the ground and that we can keep our spine as long and straight as we possibly can. Now take a breath, reach your hands up high, and just like we did in our half monkey, I want you to hinge from the hips. Pretend someone is holding your hands and is extending them forward, and that's what's deepening this nice Dandasana pose. Big deep inhale, exhale, maybe deepen. Twice more just like that, using your own breath. And this is a great spot for your yoga wheel once again. You can bring it under one foot at a time and really deepen that stretch to the back of your legs. On this next exhale, go ahead and forward fold. Again, remember, it's not about yanking your head down towards your knees. It's about curling through the low belly and letting your chest melt down. Bring your hands back by your hips. Slowly roll yourself up to a nice tall seat. Scoot your tail forward, lower yourself all the way down onto your mat. Plant your feet in line with your sitting bones. Let your hands melt off to the side. Take an inhale, lift your tail up. Exhale, roll all the way down. Inhale, press through your heels to lift the tail up. Exhale all the way down. Last time, lift yourself up and stay. Now you're welcome to stay right here. We can take it deeper if we'd like to. A few options. You can bend your elbows, puff your heart and chest up and take it a little deeper. You can also roll your shoulders together, clasp the hands, and find that deeper stretch. It's totally up to you. Now what you do want to be mindful of is keeping your gaze straight up to the sky. We don't want to crank our neck in any one direction while we're in a nice big back bend like this. But eventually let go of that. Roll your shoulders out, slowly set your tail down. Open your hands side to side, pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big inhale. Exhale, drop your knees over to the left. Take a little twist. Big breath in, pulling your knees in. Exhale, twist over to the opposite side. All the way back in. Give yourself a little hug, a little squeeze. Go ahead and reach your toes up, and if you'd like to take a plow pose, you're more than welcome to. If you'd prefer just to leave your legs straight up to the sky, that's fine too. But as you exhale, lift your toes over your head. Maybe they meet the mat. If they don't, that's perfectly fine. Again, this is a great place for your yoga wheel here if you happen to have one. Or you can just enjoy that big stretch to the back of your body, that nice cooling feeling of having your tail lifted over your head. And then eventually roll yourself one vertebrae at a time all the way back down onto the mat. Bring your feet down. Go ahead and take your hands, bring them underneath your sitting bone, and then lift yourself up. Bring your elbows a little closer to one another. Roll your shoulders down your back. Puff your heart and chest up. Release your forehead or the top of your head back behind you for a nice fish pose. Now, some people really want to bring their head down to the ground when they do fish. You absolutely don't have to. You can keep lifting your heart up, puffing your chest up to the sky. There are lots of variations of our fish pose. This is a great spot to use our yoga wheel if we have one. It can really help to open up our heart, our shoulders. As you feel ready, tuck your chin into your chest, wing your elbows out to the side, roll yourself all the way down, and go ahead. If you need any more movement before we find our final resting pose, you're welcome to take it. Now, we've done a lot of hip openings, so if you've had enough, that's fine. If you'd like to end with a nice little hip opener, bring your feet together, let your knees melt off to the side. Hands can stay out to the side, maybe palms up to the sky. And just give yourself a moment to relax your body, to let go, and go ahead and scan through your whole body, finding any places that still feel a little tight, that have a little resistance in them. And can you just soften? Can you let yourself melt into the mat? Take a great big full breath in, deep warm sigh out, and just let yourself be for a few more breaths, a few more moments. And you can absolutely stay in your Shavasana as long as you'd like to. But if you are ready to move on, go ahead and roll over to one side. Press yourself up to a seat. And we are done for the day. Thanks again for joining me today. You did such a wonderful job. And a big thanks to YOGABODY for sponsoring this class. If you get a chance to try out the yoga wheel, please let us know in the comments. They're really a wonderful tool to deepen some of your exercises and just to find a couple of different ways to try out each pose. Let us know in the comments below, and there's plenty of extra information about it in our description. So I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you soon.
We at Wellness Plus specialize in all things health and wellness, ranging from yoga and fitness to massage and ASMR. Whether you are looking to target specific areas of tension or want to enhance your general self-care routine, we provide the tools you need to feel better, look better, and live better. We have courses for every level, whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned pro. Our courses provide a wide range in difficulty to accommodate your evolving flow. Wellness Plus is available on Amazon, which you can stream from your home on your phone, tablet, or TV. Join Wellness Plus today and get your first 7 days free.